Mm. Okay, yesterday's class we discussed about how to manage data driven framework, how to retrieve input data from the Excel part we understood. So today's class we are going to understanding the reporting part. Okay, so let's do the reporting part now. So this yesterday we did changes. We imported Excel util package, and for Excel util package we have created an object. For Excel API test 4 we have created an object and we called get data table method, and we specified Excel file path and sheet name, and after that we are passing those input values to the required test methods. So that is the concept we did. So we are retrieving input data from the Excel, so we are calling it as a data driven framework. So now the final part is how to implement reporting part. So far you are executing your programs, but there is no test evidences. Okay, test evidences means whatever application you have automated, okay, a folder it has to create. Under that folder, a HTML report or Word document, it has to capture entire screenshots in a Word document. Okay, so that test evidence, it will prove that your test is executing perfectly. So the objective of automation testing is we have to generate test evidences, either manual testing or automation testing. The main objective of testing is we have to generate test evidences and we have to share these test evidences to clients. Then only people can trust, yeah, so and so functionality is working fine, so and so functionality is working fine. Unless until if the client is not able to view the screenshots of a particular functional flow, he cannot trust that that particular functionality is working fine or not. So either manual testing or automation testing, the main objective is we have to generate test evidences. So far you are executing your programs and the report, but you have not seen the reporting part. We are nowhere capturing the evidences. Okay. So now today's program objective is once after executing the program, once after executing the program, in a folder, a HTML report will be generated for every test case. And in that folder, in that HTML report, it contains all the relevant screenshots like launch application URL and login screen and navigated to skills page and whatever skill record had been created. All these functionalities, okay, test evidences, it will be generated in that folder. Okay, now let's see how to do that part. So generally Excel util Java class files, supporting class files, it will be developed by some senior folks in the organization. Your job is you have to create an object and you need to call get data table method. And after that passing the input values, that knowledge it's required as a automation test engineer. Now similarly, now what I am doing is for to implement reporting part, the first part is this is the dependency. What is the dependency? Com dot event stack. And what is the reports is here? Extent reports. So what I am doing is I am going back to my hybrid file form.xml, and the same dependency I am going to add it here. Got it? So with this supporting, so by using this, so what kind of reports we are using means extent reports. Okay, that is the first part. I updated my pom.xml, and after that in src test java, okay, I already developed an Excel reporting util Java class files. So I'm copying this package name and I'm pasting in my src test java here. Got it? So now let's navigate. So the class name is reporters class. Okay. So now let's go to the TC01 skills. So just like WebDriver object, I have to create an object. I have to create an object. So reporters, what is my class here? Reporters. Okay. Reporters. Okay. R1. I declared my class and it is asking to import supporting library. Let's import importers reporters util package dot that class name. So that is the package name got class name got imported here. First one. And if I'm creating an object means I'm going to create an object for this class R1. So how to create an object? How to create an object? R1 is equal to new reporters. Okay, I created an object, and after that I am writing R1 dot create HTML report. Okay, create a HTML report. What is my functionality here? I'm automating TC01. So my HTML report I want to create with this name, TC01 underscore skills. So with this name I want to create a HTML report. So I have to create the R1 dot create HTML report. That is the first one. And after that I am writing R1 dot log. Okay, one second. So here I'm writing launch application URL. Navigated to application URL. So this line we can call it as a log statement. Okay. So this line will call it as a log statement. So whenever line number 54 got executed at that particular moment, so after launching line number 49, I'm creating my HTML report. And after in line number 54, whenever line number 54 got executed, a Word doc, a snapshot, it will be generated in my HTML report automatically in background. Okay. So this is the first part I did. Okay. Now let's go to save this one. And here, what I am doing, WebDriver object. Okay. So to execute my set of driver instruction from another class, I am passing the driver object. Similarly, to capture the logger statements, to append the log statements to the HTML report, seems just like WebDriver, I'm passing R1 object as well. Okay. So because I want to take the snapshots, I want to write R1.logger statement. Line number 54, I want to write it in login page as well. So that at that particular moment, that snapshot will be captured. So I have to pass my R1 object. Okay. So now let's go to the login page WebDriver here. So just like reporters one. So let me create an object, reporters R1. So it's asking supporting library, just like WebDriver topic only I'm doing. And here what I am doing is reporters, creating a local object, reporters R2, and this dot R1 is equal to R2. I'm writing. Okay. So reporters R2 is giving control access back to R1. So just like WebDriver driver 1 is giving control access back to here. So reporters R2 is giving control access back to R1 here. So now I can write my set of driver instructions here. Okay. So logger statement, I can write it. So this line I can write it. So after entering my username, okay, it's asking add throws declaration. So after entering my login page, I did this line. Okay. Now let's do the same thing for skills page as well. Okay, one second, something. Okay, I have to save it. And here add throws declaration, it is asking. Okay, let me save it. And after that, I want to pass along with the skill space WebDriver object, I want to pass it for R1 as well. Okay, so let's navigate to here. So whatever changes I did, same thing. I want to do it here as well. I did the same thing here as well. Okay. And I can write my log statement after before clicking on save. I want to take the snapshot. So for that, what I am doing? So the log statement part I am taking. Got it? R1 dot logger set. Okay, one second. Right. So now last thing is where the phone. So now the last thing is for home page, I'm passing the WebDriver. Similarly, I need to pass it for R1 as well. Okay. So now here, let's go to the home page driver. So just like login page, same part I have to write it here as well. So now I can write here welcome.logout, click on this part. Okay. So let me write it those setup driver commands because in page class files in home page I have already written here. So let me take those lines of code. So welcome click and logout click I did. Okay. Right. So R1.logger and this line after clicking on welcome, I am taking the snapshot part and thread.sleep. After 1 second, I am doing click operation, logout operation. Okay, to highlight the web element border, I am using this one. And instead of writing driver.find element, I am writing. So this already we discussed. Okay, right. So all the changes I did. And here logout method, add throws declaration. Okay, right. So now all my changes was completed. And here I am doing after everything completed, what I am doing is, okay, I'm writing R1 dot close report. So this is the line of code we have to write it. So close report means close HTML report. Okay. So whatever HTML report, wherever snapshots got created. So the final part is to generate HTML report. This is the mandatory line of code we have to write it to generate HTML. If you don't write this code, HTML report cannot become generated. So let me save this. So everyone understood what are the changes I did. The first change is I declared reports R1. Okay. And after launching my application URL, I want to take the snapshot. So I'm creating object in before test and create. So what is the name I want to create? With this name, I want to create a HTML report and I want to capture the snapshot. Okay. So let me run my test case and so wherever along with the WebDriver object, I'm passing R1, R1 and R1. And there also in login page also I'm writing R1.logger statement. And in skills page also I'm writing R1.logger statement. And in home page also I'm writing R1.logger. Okay, let me run my program now. So TC01 skills. Okay. Okay, run as. So I think, okay. So it's fetching input data before getting username, password, all these details. So it's launching my application URL. So login piece is done. It's navigated to skills page and the skills description, Oracle 10 and 10 description. Record got created, welcome click and logout operation. The snapshot was captured. Okay. So now my test case execution was completed. Okay. So far, yesterday we did like this. Okay. Now, okay, here there is a target folder in your project folder. There is a target folder, right? So just I'm refreshing this. Okay, something went wrong.
Close out. Log out.
Oh, logout is not happened. Okay, fine. So here something in target folder. I'm just refreshing. So after refreshing my target folder, so this is the folder got created. What is the name I had given? TC01 underscore skills. With this name, a folder got created and with date and timestamp. So under this one, I'm having a HTML report. Okay, this is the HTML report. Just open with the browser. So let's copy this one. Okay, let's go to the application URL in a Chrome browser or a Edge browser. So here launch application URL. So this is the application URL. Okay, first snapshot. Okay, why every time it's got generated? Okay, I think in all the cases I have not modified my log statements. So after entering username and after navigated to skill space, okay, and after navigating to home page, so welcome logout. So all the relevant snapshots was generated. So here all the cases it is updated launch application URL. Actually, I have written the same log statements in everywhere. I have to modify it. Okay, let me change it and modify it again. Where I have to write. So first I have to navigate to login page. Okay. So in login page, this is login page URL. Login page. So the steps will be updated like this. Login credentials. So whatever I am writing, these log statements, it will be generated in your HTML report. Okay. And same thing in skill space. Okay, let me save this one. So this one is skill space, right? And here skill details, skill record details. Okay. And home page anyway, in the home page already it's generated correctly only. So home page and logout operation. Okay. So now I want to re-execute my program. Okay. Let me change my input data in C drive HTML report at this Excel file path location. I want to change my input data. So previously Oracle 10 record got created. Now I want to create it Oracle 100 record. See, unless until if you don't save this record, so must have to save this Excel before running the program. I'm saving my Excel and going back to my program. So previously my program got executed at what time? 10 a.m. Okay. So at September 4th, 2024, September 4th by 10 a.m. this is got executed, the previous execution. So now what I am doing, TC01 skills, this one, TC01 add skills. So let me re-execute this program again. Run as test engine test. Okay, okay, 1 second. So I have to run it src test Java. This is my Excel. Okay. So this is my test ng class. Okay, let me rerun it. Run as test ng test. I think welcome click is working fine and logout XPath is incorrect. So login page operations are executing first. Launch application URL and login page. So you can generate the same reports in BDD as well. You can generate the same reports in hybrid as well. So just your part is you have to import the dependency in the form.xml. Okay, and the reporter class object you have to create, and you have to call the required methods. That's it only. Okay, let's see this part. First, let's complete this part hybrid. Okay, so it's done. Okay, now let me refresh my target folder now. So previous execution folder got created, and let me refresh it now. So just now 10.6 a folder got created. Okay, so let me expand this one and let me go to open with HTML report. See, the log statements got updated now. Launch application URL, the first snapshot. So when this time was executed, what is the time? So when this test was executed and everything screenshots got captured, and login page, this snapshot time and execution details. Okay, and skills page. So skills record Oracle 100 and these details. Okay, so home page. Okay, these details got executed. What is the point? So like this, the reporting part we can do it. Let me tell you some background about a reporting class file. Actually, this is not required. Explaining of reporting class file, it's not required. Just generally to develop this reporting class file, at least you must have to experience minimum 4 5 with genuine experience is required to understanding this functionality. Okay, but I will try my best. Okay, it's not required. Generally to develop this reporting class files, minimum 5 to 7 years genuine experience is required. Okay, and whoever is senior people in the project, they will this part it will be given only for senior people. The first method I'm calling r1.create HTML report, right? And what is the report name I want to create it? TC01 underscore skills. So whenever I'm calling this one, so with this timestamp, a timestamp got appended. TC01 underscore, the timestamp is like this, it's got created. Okay. So my report HTML, so TC01 underscore skills dot HTML. So the HTML file name it is coming, the HTML file name it is coming as like this. So under which location, under this folder name, this HTML record got created. Okay, how this was written, it requires a lot of understanding is required. Just high level only I am explaining. Don't go into about these details. So there is a extent reports. There is a predefined extent reports. See, these are the main classes. Extent reports class, I have created an object. Extent reports is the class from Evenstack. For that one I created, and after that these lines of code I have written. So whenever these 3 lines got executed, a HTML report will be created. Whatever file HTML file I mentioned, right? So whenever these 3 lines got executed, a HTML report will be created. So in the interview, people will ask, what is the report you used in your? So we used extend reports HTML class. We created an object for extend reports. Extend is new extend reports, and extend spark reporter spark is equal to new extend spark report of HTML file name. and extend dot attach reporter spark. So after executing these three lines, a HTML report will be created. This is the explanation you have to tell. Okay, but the interview they won't ask this much explanation. But first this, so creation of HTML report, these are the first three lines are important. So these are the three lines are important to create a HTML report. And after that, I am writing r1.logger statement, right? I'm writing r1.logger statement. Okay, so I'm passing WebDriver object and I'm passing logger1 and logger2. Logger1 means login page and login credentials, home page and logout operation, and skills page and skill record details. So there are two string objects I'm passing. Okay, so whenever I'm writing extend, so these lines of code got executed. Okay, add screenshot path and screenshots are attaching to extend report here. Extend dot create test. So whenever in background logger1 and logger2 and screenshot path is appending to these three arguments are appending. So str means screenshot path will be generated in my folder, and that screenshot path and logger1 and logger statement. So these lines got appended to my HTML report. And finally r1 dot close report. Before closing the report, I am doing the close report. And to take the snapshot part, so in logger statement, I'm capturing the ad screen. I'm writing capture of driver comma report name. So to capture the screenshot at that particular moment, this is the line of code I have written. So this functionality I will explain later. It's not required. So the logger statements, it is whenever this r1 dot logger, logger1 and logger2 is executing, what is happening? Logger1 and logger2 and screenshots are adding to HTML report. Okay, so these are the lines of code you have to explain. And finally, in r1 dot close report, what we are writing? Extend dot flush, so that HTML report will be created. If you don't write r1 dot close report, extend dot flush line cannot be executed, and your HTML report also it won't be generated. Okay, so that's the background about extend reports class. But generally, to develop this reporting class, people they won't expect minimum 4 years, 5 years. People they won't expect. Suppose if you joined in a project in an organization, they had given an opportunity to develop the reporter class file. You can directly use this reporter class file. This is the latest extent reporters class file we are using. Okay, nowhere in the institutes people won't tell about extent reports. But why I am telling extent reports means in real time, in case if you got a chance to develop the project from scratch, okay, you no need to go and develop reporting util class files. You no need to go and develop extra Excel util class files. Directly you can use our util Java class files in your project, and you can use this project for reporting purpose directly in your projects. So that's it on the hybrid. That's it on the hybrid framework part. So what is the time? We have left with 8 more minutes. Let's do one more exercise for jobs as well. I want to do same thing for jobs as well. Okay. So let's do the changes for jobs. BD did not know. So I'm going to declare so after launching my URL, open Chrome browser, I'm capturing the entire object data, and I want to use username, job title. Okay, let me use username and job title. Initially, there is no values in the declaration, username, password, job title, job. So whenever line number 29 to 33 got executed, all the values got loaded. Username and values are coming. So now along with the driver object, I want to pass R1 object as well. Okay, let's do the changes for R1 as well. Okay. So now let's do the changes for R1 as well. Let's go to the. Okay. So we already did changes here. So let me import this reporter one class. So I'm going to declare after WebDriver, I'm going to declare reporters one class. Okay, done. And after that, in the before test section, after launching my application URL, I want to create the HTML report part. So let's do that as same thing. Okay. So just add those declaration. And after that in login page changes I already did. So login page driver. So here I want to pass R1. And here also I want to pass R1. And here job space driver also I want to take the snapshot. Okay, so I'm passing. So now I think here I need to change the changes here. Okay, same do the changes for login page changes, whatever I did. So same thing I'm doing for job space as well. Okay, right now I want to take the snapshot part. Let me write the logger statement. So what is the log statement? R1 dot logger statement. So this is job space. Here job page details, job record details. So before clicking on save, just I want to take the snapshot. Okay, and I'm saving my program. Okay. So now let's go to my TC01 add jobs program. So here, so let me run this program now. Okay. Run as, so I want to give the title. What is the title I want to give? TC01 jobs. Okay, let me give it TC01 jobs. So my HTML will be created like that. So did I did driver dot flush R1 dot close report. So all the changes I completed. Let me run this program now. Okay, run as test engine test. Okay. So this video recording will be uploaded. Okay, everyone complete the hybrid framework by today's class. I'm going to share you this project. So login is done. I think which project I'm running. I think 1 second. I'm doing changes. Hybrid 129. 1 second. I think I have to execute here, right?
Changes కూడా అందులో చేస్తారు.
ఇందులో చేశానా? Okay, okay, fine, fine. Okay, let me run this pro. Okay, anyway, changes already did here in this project as well. Okay. సో ఇంటర్వ్యూస్ లో మిమ్మల్ని అడుగుతారు. సో పీపుల్ విల్ ఆస్క్ what kind of reporting you used. We use extent reports. Extent reports, extent is equal to new extent reports, and you have to explain those 3 lines. And to write the log statements, r1.logger you are writing, right? So inside that method, whatever lines of code you have written, you need to explain those lines of code. And finally, r1 extend.flush to close the HTML report, to generate and close the HTML report. I think this is down. Okay, you can try it. I'm going to pass this one. Okay, let me delete these two.